All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm joined with Oshaki Foster, who makes his ring return against Robson Conceicao to not just be one, but two-time WBC Super Featherweight World Champion when he takes him on November 2nd at Turning Stone Resort Casino Live on ESPN+. First and foremost, how happy are you able to get this rematch after such a controversial split, or maybe not split? Maybe a lot of people thought that you won the fight. Um,
Yeah, everybody thought I won, man. Don't try to sugarcoat it for them. Nah, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm able to, like you say, able to get the rematch and able to go in there and right that wrong. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
the WBC pretty much went and said, "Hey, we have to make this immediate rematch." I recently talked to Robson Conceicao, which I'm sure, under his circumstances, similar like yours, there's a lot of adversity to finally get it. So to see the WBC to not just go, "Hey, we're gonna kind of just not let the judges just play a factor. We're actually going to play a part and actually order it." How did you feel that the sanctioning bodies did that for you?
I think it was great for the boxing. We can't have horrible decisions like that go unnoticed. It's I'm glad the WBC did what they had to do and did the right thing because he had a tough time getting to where he got to, but my road wasn't that easy either. So I worked hard to get to that WBC title, and I held it down. You know what I mean? So I appreciate Mauricio and the WBC for doing it right.
Now, there were some tweets that you put out, which I know probably around that time, a lot of emotions and probably a lot of things that you felt valid. So I didn't get to speak to you after, but I know there was a glove situation where you stated that there was a pair of gloves that you weren't satisfied prior to the fight. About something about padding. What was the story
Yeah.
about the padding issues that you felt?
It really wasn't something that I picked up. It was my coach Bobby. He like he did for the Roman fight when they tried to send gloves that didn't have no padding in them. They sent the same gloves to Conceicao. So when we first got to the venue, basically after the weigh-ins, they do the glove selection. After we do the weigh-ins, usually we do the glove selection. His gloves didn't show up. So the night of the fight, his gloves showed up, and then we got to view them. And then the commissioner and everybody else came in, and they was like, nah, he can't use them gloves because they had neither one. The first pair or the second pair didn't have no padding at all. Even the commissioner, my coaches, his coaches, everybody was right there. And they all agreed that he couldn't wear them gloves. So we told him he can wear our backup gloves, and they ended up sending him a different pair of Everlast gloves. So, it worked out, but he definitely lying about, oh, we chose the gloves and then, oh, we changed out. No, bro, we never seen the gloves the first time. They didn't bring them to the weigh-in. I mean, after the weigh-in. You know what I mean?
You've also mentioned that, you felt boxing was a dirty game. You said that was one of the easiest fights of your life. And pretty much you said that the rematch, he's not going to make it 12. Robson told me that he was looking forward, essentially saying, like, good, that's what I would rather have versus you putting on the boxing performance that you did. Are you looking to knock Robson out and take it out of the judge's hand, essentially?
All I can say is be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask, because I can switch it up. You know what I mean? I didn't show I can box you or we can go Rocky style and I can knock you out, like either one. But be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm gonna say.
You
My
mentioned, you mentioned Rocky. In that sense, you showed that you were able to fight in a smaller ring, in someone's backyard and duke it out after adversity and things like that. Would you say one style fits a little bit more, or would you say you're more like a Swiss Army knife? You're able to box if you need to, and then if you need to bang it out and go for the KO is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean either one okay with me. It was an easy fight, so I felt no need to have to go out my boundaries. Like that was my third fight in less than a year. Ain't nobody doing that at this level, so I didn't feel the need to have to put myself in harm's way because it was so easy. But I understand what I need to do now. You know what I mean? And like I said, he better be careful what he asks for on me.
Would you say the fight, not saying that every fight wasn't personal, right? Because at this level, everything is personal to get, someone's trying to take what's off your plate. But would you say this added another level, like the next definition of personal when it comes to, or is it just you just want to right what's considered wrong to you?
Um, you could say it's personal, but I look at it as it just pushed me to another level. You know what I mean? I probably was getting complacent, and I probably was trying to take the easy route out of certain. You know what I mean? Just I can do more. Let me say it like that. I could just do more. So when I say just boxing and just woo woo, I could have did more, and I will. So that's it.
What's your thoughts on the fact that essentially your fight played an influence on Shakur? Because essentially Shakur and his grandfather essentially watched your fight, and pretty much, they made a claim that we fought in a certain way because we didn't want to have a similar outcome that they felt that essentially you got robbed is how they felt. So they were very nervous and they fought a certain way. So what's your thoughts on that?
It's respect. Any real fans, any real boxing, experts, anything, they know that fight wasn't close. And if you coming in to fight after that kind of fight and after that kind of controversial decision, I'm sure you got a lot of things running through your mind. You know what I mean? So it's respect, and I appreciate them. Putting awareness to that too.
Hmm. You
It played
know,
a big.
I know that, last time we spoke, we talked about making big mega fights and, obviously not overlooking Robson. But, I know you and Lamont Roach kind of had a little thing going on, and then he's going up and fighting Tank. I mean, would it have been better if he just stayed and fought you instead of going up? Or was it just smart? Like, go up there, get that opportunity, and then maybe come back and unify with you?
Yeah, I mean, look, he got the Tank fight, so that's definitely a bigger fight, bigger payday than what me and him would have been. So I salute him for going for the biggest opportunity that he could. But that's one of the things I see. If I want the winner, or the winner, I gotta go handle my business first.
Hmm.
We're gonna handle business November 2nd, but it's not just him. It's two fights I'm paying close attention to: the Oscar Valdez and Navarrete, and the Gervonta and Lamont. Either one of them, I would love it because I mean, I could sit up here and say, "Oh, he could have stayed here and fought me," but if I got the opportunity, I jumped and I'm going. You know what I mean? To
Hmm.
fight Tank or somebody like that if the opportunity approaches itself. So, it's respect.
With your boxing brain between those two fights, who do you think is the victor? Because I know that you want the winner, right? So do you feel, in the Oscar Navarrete, who wins that and who wins the Lamont and Tank?
Um, Navarrete already beat Oscar, but Oscar, he got that spark back into him that he feel good about himself again. So I don't know, man. I would probably have to lean towards Nav because he already beat him. You know what I mean? But I can't see Lamont beating Tank. Um,
Yeah.
he just and you never know. They fought 2 times in the amateur. They probably know each other well because they both from over there in the East Coast. But just from what I've seen, I don't see him beating Tank.
Awesome. My final two questions is after this fight, everything comes out good. Are you going to take an actual vacation and break? Are you going to let your body rest a little bit? Because, like you said, the activity level. I mean, you've been fighting on all different type of promotional, and then it seems like each fight poses a different problem, right? That you have to solve.
Yeah,
So, is this going to be like, all right, I'm going to rest a little bit, or are you just going to keep this momentum going?
yeah. I mean, I definitely probably need a little break after this. This will be 4 fights in almost less than a year because I fought. Yeah, that'd be crazy, right? You know what I mean? Because I fought Oscar. I mean, Rocky October 28th. So it's kind of like a couple of days off of being, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Hmm.
after this fight, I can see it being a little break. Not too major, but like a couple months.
Got it. And my last question is, for the fans that are watching this on Fight Hype, and obviously, some fans felt, it was a very strategic, tactical boxing match, but the rematch comes, main event, a little bad blood, I'm just sensing, but why should the fans watch this particular fight, and why is this going to be completely different than that fight?
Because I'm taking this thing to a whole nother level. Um, we ain't coming to back up, man. We coming to put it on. You know what I mean? So just tune in, and I'm gonna put on the show. I promise y'all.